Computer numeric controlling, one of Earth's great mysteries. People have been doing it for years, but still get angry at it. You can see here the Aurora creating what is called sawdust. I designed all of this to be snap and screw. Snap together the pieces and screw it together. These are all CNC milled. A giant robot from space CNC mills them into exactly what I want them to be. But if you don't have a CNC mill, I'd highly recommend printing out the plans I have in the description below at full scale, putting the pieces of paper together or just on one giant engineering sheet, and printing them out and cutting it with a jigsaw. This is actually what I did for the first section, so it worked out well, and I don't notice anything horrible about it. Jigsawing won't give as clean of a result, and it will take more time, but you can have your very own flight simulator setup like this. It's a nice sunny day, let's have a tour here. So, these are the two parts put together. You'll notice the gap over here where we expanded it about 1.5 inches each way when we fattened the simulator to make it more true to size. So this first section will be a little off until I re-mill it, if I ever do. So now we're focusing primarily on this section. This I think is as good as I can get it without putting the covering on. You think you can hide from me? That is insulting. Ha! And your brother too. Ha! The little tabs the CNC uses to support the material, you can just whip them off with a chisel. It only usually is up to this first layer of laminated plywood, so you can usually get it with the chisel real quick if the grain aligns. Aha! This one is easier to get with a jigsaw because the grain doesn't align with it. It's a cross. So let's just hit that real quick. You will notice a gap right here where there's supposed to be yet another piece. This piece didn't get created yet because I have to figure out a way to make it go from here to the panel, and I haven't quite developed a solution for that yet. What time is it? Rework time! So I CNC milled the wrong part. I actually CNC milled off the little support part that attaches the panel. So I just spray adhesived a template and cut it out by hand because I was kind of done with the CNC mill. Here's a proud engineering moment. I measured the thickness that I needed to offset it by, and then I tightened it down, and I used it as a scribe. Woohoo! I forgot. I'm such a dysfunctional shop. I don't even have a wood glue. There is nothing like a new bottle of wood glue. The old bottle had this part cracked open, so it didn't even have that, and it was all drying out. So this is new glue, and it should work better. Ah, I already dropped my wood glue. I'm gonna freaking cry. I was so excited to have the wood glue that didn't dry out continually. Oh well. I enjoy being in a state of what I like to say is useful confusion. It's where you're making progress towards something that matters to you. You're struggling, finding new innovative ways to do things, and growing your brain. Personally, this differs from useless confusion, which you encounter during like school and stuff when you're confused, but it just hurts your brain because you don't care enough about it. But right here, we have a problem. This part in the real plane is kind of a mounting assistant part, I guess. Some air valves go through it and stuff, but we're going to use this as the main support for the panel. And I modeled it as realistically as I could off of the real airplane. I designed this the frame first before any of the panel supports. So I basically designed the frame and a way to mount the panel around the frame instead of designing the panel where it should be and then the frame around where the panel is. What the problem is that to make the frame be correctly positioned, it has to be about 2 inches, a 2x4 plus 0.5 inches, and then like an inch high. So as a band-aid fix, what you can do is just add a little spacer, either temporarily or permanently, and then just drill through here. But I don't like temporary fixes, so I'm actually going to look into moving this part right here 2 inches. Yes, this does undo a lot of work, so it'll be a total of 5 wasted pieces of flight simulator. So it'll be sad. I'll have to say goodbye to them in a ceremonious way, but failures are only proof that you're not doing something right. Was that the quote? So, I am excited. I'm gonna get back to the drawing table, figure out a new thing, and I am excited I don't have to scrap everything, just a few little pieces. This broke off because it had a weak spot in the middle. I don't think it would have held anyways. Let's just cut this off and use these as the side supports. Alright, so the forward distance is correct, but the vertical distance is not correct. It's actually like about an inch too low. We're going to raise it like 22.23 millimeters, and yeah, of course I know that off the top of my head. Alright, so I'm gonna cut this little scrap piece of wood. We'll have it basically laid down here, and we'll be good to go. Shut it. Wow. Okay, right now I'm making marking holes, and I'm making 4 of them, just because that's kind of a fun number, and I'll make them on the other side too. I'll temporarily mount them with drywall screws, and then once I have the money, I'll use bolts. You better shut your mouth before I shut it for you. Look at this. Oh! I forgot they pop out. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? Wow. Get a load of that. This is so cool to see. It's very satisfying to see it all come together. And I can't wait to see where it goes next. Alright, so I made a few of these support blocks, I like to call them, on the chop saw real quick. They're just a 45-degree block. And then you put them wherever they fit, over here, here, and basically the corners, and they help it stay up. It's really important for me to have everything centered around the midpoint right here. The panel is centered around the midpoint, but now when I'm lining these all up, I need the midpoint of this piece to be the midpoint of the already marked base, so they all align. What's half of 34? 15 plus 2. that I'm thinking about it, I really don't know why these don't extend further. I know these are stopping here because the windshield is here, but there's no reason that they can't go under the windshield and form a glare shield. Because right now it's very wiggly in this way. You can kind of flex it back and forth. It's really sturdy this way. And it's basically bolted onto the floor, but it is a little unsteady this way. So I think really putting the extensions and then the screws will really help with this. Back to the drawing board. Yay. Okay, that was super easy to say, and it would be a good solution if this was only one type of panel. Since it's also going to be a G1000 panel, I can't have a set in stone way of doing things. I'm going to have some sort of removable block or something that adjusts. Maybe it could be on a hinge or something where it adjusts to a new height for the G1000 height, because the G1000 height is about 2 inches higher. If I use the universal dimension where the analog and the G1000 were the same height, I could get away with setting it in stone and then doing the thing where I screw on the glare shield. But since these panels are going to be removed with these 4 screws, I'm trying to figure out a way how I would do that. So yeah, probably not that way. Look at this. We have the instrument panel mounted, we have the entire structure built, and it's still early. This is a lot of progress. This is about all the progress I've made on the Cessna 172 simulator right now. You can find the plans in the description below for free, and you can also see this video over here maybe about how to jigsaw these support panel structures. You can use the Fusion 360 files in the GitHub for CAM. All of my toolpaths and everything are in there. And if you don't have access to a space robot, I have my CNC Milled panels in the description below you can purchase. Thank you so much to my Patreons David and Similar for helping me through this super exciting project, and I hope you all have a fantabulous rest of your day. I will see you in the next one.